I've had huge organic gardens for the last 20-30 years, and one thing that I have never grown is garlic. And then last fall we had some garlic cloves that were beginning to sprout, and I thought I'll just stick those in the ground and see what happens. Okay, that was, I don't know, around November or something like that, and now it's almost June, just a few days away from June, and it's gotten pretty hot, things are drying up, and I was looking at my garlic and I'm thinking, well, when should I harvest this? So I went to the internet, checked out a few things, and what I've discovered is I need to harvest it right now. Okay, so the garlic is green, and it still has these bulbs. They haven't blossomed out into anything, but it's got crispy brown stuff, stems, that indicate that this is time and this is ready for this to be harvested. And so what I do, you don't pull it out of the ground, but take a shovel and dig around it, pry it up, and you get something like this. Okay, and so just get all the dirt off of it. Best to do this when it's not wet, not been rainy. Better to let it dry for a couple of days, 3 or 4 days, before you start harvesting this stuff. And this is what it looks like. And so that is a really good looking bunch of garlic right there, into individual cloves, and it has still a lot of the green stuff left to protect it, and indicating, of course, with the brown stuff, it's ready to harvest. And so I'll just leave this brown ucky stuff like the way it is and not take that off. I'm digging this one up, pulling it out of the ground, getting rid of all the dirt. You know, if you pull off some of this stuff, it really makes it look white. Don't know how advisable that is, but if you pull this down, it'll strip that brown stuff off and it'll look gorgeous white. I'll show you what I mean in just a little bit. But anyway, we're just gonna harvest them. We got a couple harvested already. And let me show you what you do once you harvest it. You need to go hang it up. And you need to let it cure for 3 or 4 weeks. So I'll show you how I'm curing mine. My shed, where I keep my motorcycle, my kayak, other kinds of things. And I just need to hang up my garlic. And so that's what I've done right here. Here's one where I left the stuff, the outer coating on it. I haven't pulled that off yet. And here's one where I kind of pulled off some of the upper stuff, pulled it down, and it exposes this white garlic clove bunch. And don't know, I'm just kind of experimenting. I think it'll be okay either way that I do this, but it needs to hang up. And there's a nice breeze flowing through here, and it's shaded, and the rain can't get to it. So that's how I'm going to cure it for about 3 or 4 weeks. So again, I understand that the best time to harvest your garlic is when it's got a few dead leaves drying out on the bottom, and the rest of the tops might be green. And so that's the indicator that it's time to harvest these things. Okay, so my garlic is all hung up. Notice that it's all separated. I understand that you're supposed to keep them separated. Good airflow, cool in here. Not as hot as it is outside. 95 degrees outside today, but under this tarp shed, it's with the breeze blowing, it's pretty cool. This is a good place for them to cure for the next 4 or 5 weeks. And we have it's just gorgeous looking when you look at them. This one I peeled some of the outer layer off. This one is still there. And just hang them up the best way you can and see how it works for you. Okay, so this is the spot where the garlic was planted, and now I have place to plant something else. Room in my garden to plant other things. You only need to cure garlic if you want it to last for a long time, like through the summer and through the winter, until your next garlic crop, whenever that might be. But fresh garlic right out of the garden, this is it right here, is good to eat right now.